Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Mikel Arteta can sign his own Patrick Vieira at Arsenal with £27 million summer transfer, and then we're going to look at Martin Odegaard's agent flying to London to work at Arsenal transfer ahead of £30 million deal. So the first transfer headline states that Mikel Arteta can sign his own Patrick Vieira at Arsenal with £27 million summer transfer. So the reports are stating that Arsenal may have identified their ideal midfielder, who has been compared to Patrick Vieira as the Gunners' bid to finally solve Mikel Arteta's midfield struggles. Arsenal's midfield struggles are nothing new, but they were still apparent as the Gunners lost against Brentford on Friday night. But Arsenal's technical director Edu could be about to try and rectify this, with the Express reporting that the Gunners have entered talks with Borussia Mönchengladbach over the potential transfer of Denis Zakaria, who has been linked with North London rivals Tottenham. The Switzerland international enjoyed a fruitful summer at Euro 2020 alongside Arsenal midfielder Granit Xhaka, could prove to be Mikel Arteta's secret weapon in solving the North London side's midfield woes. Despite already signing 21-year-old Albert Sambi Lokonga from Anderlecht this summer for a reported fee of £18 million, the Gunners are continuing their search in pursuit of adding a greater wealth of depth to their options. Speaking to the Bundesliga website, the Swiss international revealed who his idols are, signaling his admiration for North London side. Denis Zakaria, who has been valued at around £27 million, said, "I've been compared to Vieira and Paul Pogba. Two more players I really respect and in a way see as role models. When I watch videos of them, I think I like to play that way. I love to win back possession and I also like carrying the ball and taking on opposition players," continued the 24-year-old midfielder, as he reeled off the qualities that best qualify him as a player. "I need to be more efficient, score and assist more goals and improve in the air. I've proved myself to be a quick learner." Adding Granit Xhaka's international compatriot to the ranks at London Colney could only spell good news for all parties involved. Denis Zakaria's tenacious personality on the pitch and ability to break up play would add something different to Mikel Arteta's midfield dynamic, as the Gunners' eye have returned to European football next season. With Mohamed El-Neni yet to confidently cement himself into Mikel Arteta's long-term plans, Joe Willock on the move, Lucas Torreira absent from pre-season preparations, the Arsenal squad is crying out for a strictly defensive-minded midfielder who excels in winning possession and triggering counter-attacks. This role could prove so important to Mikel Arteta this season, in addition to the rotating opportunities of course, but primarily because the N'Golo Kante's role is becoming an increasing prevalent luxury in Europe's most successful sides. Denis Zakaria could flourish as a ball carrier alongside the technical brilliance of Granit Xhaka like the pair have done on the international stage, but also alongside Thomas Partey by cooperatively giving one another the freedom to work box to box. Should the Gunners win the midfielder's signature this summer, the club will almost certainly guarantee a healthy resale fee in years to come, as well as an effective anchor in the present. So it looks like Mikel Arteta can sign his own Patrick Vieira at Arsenal with £27 million summer transfer, and I think he will be a great addition. So this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Martin Odegaard's agent flies to London to work out Arsenal transfer ahead of £30 million deal. So reports are stating that Martin Odegaard has been sent mixed messages by Real Madrid since his return to the club. Martin Odegaard has taken another step towards his proposed move to Arsenal, with his agent reportedly flying to London today in order to work out a deal with the Gunners. The Norwegian spent the second half of last season on loan in North London, clearly tempting Mikel Arteta into securing another season of his services. Arsenal's season could not have got off to a worse start after a 2-0 loss at newly promoted Brentford on Friday night. Mikel Arteta could find himself under pressure after just one game, given the convincing nature of their defeat in West London. One thing we may see over the coming days is a mad scramble in the transfer market to right the wrongs witnessed during the curtain raiser. With more depth needed in attacking midfield, that is exactly where Martin Odegaard would come in. According to the Sunday Mirror, negotiations will focus on a season-long loan before being given first refusal on a £30 million permanent signing next summer. The Gunners are also expected to pay all of his wages as part of his deal. Martin Odegaard's Real Madrid future has been shrouded in doubt over the past few weeks, with Carlo Ancelotti initially claiming that he wanted to keep hold of the youngster. However, having been left without a shirt number or a place in the squad for Real Madrid's opener against Alaves, the writing could now be on the wall. The curious aspect to this deal now rests on the fact that attacking midfield was actually one of Arsenal's very few bright sparks during the Brentford clash. Emile Smith-Rowe, fresh off the back of being given the prestigious number 10 jersey, put on a dazzling display even though it could not translate into Premier League points for his side. The more pressing element for transfer chief Eddie to tackle in the market looked to be at the back. Naturally, that would not be welcome news for the Gunners' hierarchy given they splashed £50 million on Inter England international Ben White not long ago. Brentford's Ivan Toney dominated the 23-year-old physically and also as a unit looked weak when the Bees' press spurred into action. Still, squad depth is important for the Gunners to build on, and numbers in attacking midfield are still somewhat short. With Martin Odegaard seemingly on his way to the Emirates, a healthy battle between himself and Emile Smith-Rowe could ensure to decide who gets the regular starting berth. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alexandre Lacazette will soon return to the pitch in an effort to put Arsenal back on the right track, but the need for further reinforcements has been thrust into the limelight after a disappointing opening night display. So it looks like Martin Odegaard's agent flies to London to work out Arsenal transfer ahead of a £30 million deal. So it looks like it will be a season-long loan initially with an obligation or a first proposal to buy Martin Odegaard for £30 million, but the transfer fee will be in the region of £30 to £35 million depending on how Mikel Arteta's Arsenal will pay his wages, and that will additionally bring in £5, £6, £7 million depending on how much he earns currently at Real Madrid. And Martin Odegaard for me is seen as a James Maddison alternative, and we did discuss initially throughout the summer transfer window that Mikel Arteta is looking for a creative midfielder, and there are only 2 free priorities with the likes of James Maddison, Martin Odegaard and Houssem Aouar, and it looks like Martin Odegaard is going to be the candidate to return to the Gunners once again, and I think it will be a great addition because we did make huge improvements under Martin Odegaard playing for the squad, and hopefully he becomes a success at this club. So we will have to wait and see how Arsenal will use the summer transfer window in the end. Make sure you check out the FA Cup poster using the special link I have put below in the description, and smash that like button to see if you can reach 30 likes. Also subscribe for more daily videos and share the video with your Arsenal friends and family. Click one of the latest videos on the screen and I'll see you there.